Hey there YouTube, PD Twofinger here with a DC jack repair. This is a female jack that's on the back of the unit where you would be plugging in a power supply that looks something like this. Okay, so what we have is internally this jack has failed before. Someone has patched in a piece of wire across here to repair that. Now this here is a 12 volt 1 amp. Is what it's rated at. It's a Roland Boss SE50 multi-effect unit from the late 80s. It's a wonderful little reverb delay unit, and it has a CR2032 button cell lithium-ion battery that has died. So I replaced that battery, and then when I went to power it up, I said, hey, do we have a 12 volt AC adapter? And when I say AC adapter, I mean AC. It's 12 volt AC is the output. It's not 12 volt DC. So typically these units are AC adapters, meaning they adapt the AC, which comes out of our wall, to DC. DC 9 volts, DC 12 volts, DC 6, DC 7.5. In this case, it's AC. So when I have an AC adapter that's AC wall 120 to AC 9 volt, I will put a piece of tape on it and write AC in big letters. Because if you take one of these that puts the AC out, and let's say you had a device that wanted 9 volt DC, and you plugged this into it, it would blow it up. There is no polarity marking on AC. This is an AC adapter, puts out AC, because AC is alternating current. It's flip-flopping its polarity at 60 times per second, which is AC. So this is how I would go about fixing this unit. If I had the proper power supply, I would probably just get this jack, the proper jack, and replace it, which I don't have the proper power supply. This actually is a Linksys that I got from, that's like a wireless router or a modem. So you can find these fairly common at Goodwill resale. It's a 9 volt AC 1000 milliamp. Now the device, it calls for 12 volts 1 amp. Now with this type of stuff, the amperage is really, really important. The voltage not so much. And I'm going to guess that this one that's rated at 9 is going to run a little hot. And it'll probably be able to power this no problem. Maybe the light lamp will be a little dimmer, but probably not even noticeable. So let's take a test and see. See, it's running at 11.76 volts. Close enough for rock and roll. So now in a pinch, what you could do is, let's say I wanted to use this device tonight and I didn't have the replacement jack. I could very well just cut this here and prepare those ends and then solder them right on the PCB. And then you would have a permanent connection coming out. Instead, I have this pigtail, which connects onto here. This is 5.5 millimeter diameter on the outside of the circle, and the inside of the circle is a 2.1 millimeter. It's a very popular size. Roland or Boss, when they made this unit, they used a larger diameter because they didn't want you plugging the wrong adapter into it. Now, I'm never going to make that mistake. And when I see that this pigtail is on here, that'll be a big reminder, hey, this has been modified, be careful. So what I'm going to do to fix this, for one, I should say, we were talking about the AC flip-flopping its polarity all the time. So there is no polarity. So where we have this red and black wire is not going to concern me. It just doesn't matter. So I come in here with the hot soldering iron. I'm going to go ahead and, looks like this is actually the old kind of solder that has lead in it. The newer stuff, they started using this solder that doesn't really have lead in it because that's better for the environment. And that type of solder is very difficult for me to work with. So I see that there was, this wire here was bridged over here. Oh boy, this is kind of a mess here. I think I'm gonna remove that. And then I'm guessing that if we look here, we have like this shoots up to here. So I'm going to go ahead and that's where I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put it in the red wire going onto that. And then this is going to go onto that. And then, I mean, I could, like if I were really going to make a big deal out of this, I would bend those wires over and put a hot glue strain relief in there. Which, I guess I could do that. Is it going to hurt? So, yeah, the rest of this process I'm probably not going to show. This unit came to me kind of disassembled. It did not have the CR2032. But I know these units. I have one. This is a good sturdy unit, and I figured, well, you know what? I bet you if I plop the battery in there and then fix the powering issue, which was find a power supply that's going to work, this thing would work. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I don't have that size connector, and I don't like. I would prefer that we just had a 2.1 mil standard. That would make my life easier because I read the back of units. I never just blindly plug a power supply into a unit. You see people doing that at Goodwill, like the guys that think they know what they're doing. They just grab whatever. They don't even read it and just plug it in. And I'm like, you know, that if that's an AC adapter, because there's a chance that it is. It's a small chance because they're really rare. But you could smoke whatever you're plugging in. That's not cool. So the point of this is you could come on and make a negative comment and go, the engineers that designed it, blah, 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 you know, all that type of negativity. I understand. If I had the proper power supply with the proper, you know, it's a 3mm connector, I don't have that. Okay? So, and this already had problems. These are the things that break. So I'm just going to cut in a 2.1 mil female on a pigtail. And then I'll read the back of the unit where it's clearly painted 12 volts, 1 amp, AC. And then I'll use whatever I have. Just makes it. It's 11.76, so it'll work. And then my next mission will be, when I'm Goodwill shopping, is to look for a 12 volt AC power supply for 99 cents. I don't like paying more than $1 for them. So that was a quick power receptacle repair video. These videos usually do well, so if you do find this helpful or you fix something, leave a positive comment. How's that go? Instead of tearing into me, and you know, every day I wake up and there's another little one on my thing and I click on it, it's like, this is not really the proper way to do this repair, you know. Yeah, okay, go to Mauser and order this part. Good luck finding it. Get the proper part, and then get the proper power supply, and then $35, and 6 weeks later, you'll be in business. I just got this today, and I want to use it tonight. So that's how I'm going to handle. This is kind of how I do stuff, is the wrong way, according to the pros, techs, and experts. So if you're about to leave a negative comment on this, just find somebody else to pick on. Please. You know, I'm not making any money doing this. I'm just trying to pass on a little bit of knowledge. And I know that it's not the proper prim and proper way to do it. But it's not going to hurt nothing. Nothing is going to get harmed by cutting in a pigtail on this today. So, thanks for joining me. Peace.